Cloudburst has triggered flash floods in Amarnath. The latest images that you're seeing right now is of a cloudburst that took place near the Amarnath Shrine Cave. This is, of course, very initial information that we are getting. This is the spot where the tents are pitched by the Yatris. Let's get a quick word in from Ishan as well. Ishan, do you have any information about the damage caused?
Well, what we know so far that there could be some casualties, but as of now, officials are tight-lipped about any injuries that may have caused these flash floods. We have seen that there have been continuous flash floods in that part of Kashmir Valley, particularly towards Sonmarg and then Kargil as well, because the weather has been really bad, and that is why Amarnath Yatra was stopped some days back. But today we're seeing that the officials have said that it was near the lower cave where this flash flood started, actually cloudburst happened. And then NDRF and SDR teams have been rushed. There is a langar area and also the tent facility for the pilgrims to stay. So we don't know whether how many of them have been injured because there is poor communication around the Holy Cave. We're waiting for the officials to give details. But what we have been told by the police and the CISF is that there has been a cloudburst that has taken place, and the teams from SDRF, NDRF and police have been rushed to the spot to make sure the rescue operation is carried out as soon as possible.
Tell us this, what is the exact location of this place from where we are seeing these images? Is this the place where the Yatris usually pitch their tents? How many people usually assemble or are living in this area at any given time, Ishan?
There are several stops and there are several camps which have been made to facilitate them, because many of the pilgrims do not walk on one day. They sit at one place and then they move ahead. This is near the lower Amarnath Cave, because Amarnath Cave is just, we are told, is 2 kilometers from where this cloudburst has taken place, and the water has flown down to this location where camps are placed, and there are also langar areas around this particular vicinity. Now, there are already teams of CRPF and other paramilitary forces who are also deployed to make sure to deal with these conditions. There were already multiple meetings which were held in Kashmir Valley to ensure that if such kind of, nature's fury happens, there are etiquette measures that are taken. And that is why SDRF, NDRF and other teams have been deployed there, because it's a very sensitive area, it's a mountainous area, and such kind of activity is frequent there. And to make sure that they are able to deal with it, these teams have been deployed. We are yet to know how many casualties or any injuries are there. We're waiting for the officials to give details, but as of now, they have said that rescue operations have been launched. This is an area where several of them sit, and also langar area is there. We don't know the casualties or injuries yet, but we are told that there could be some injuries. Waiting for the officials to give more details on to what transpired at that moment and how many teams have been deployed to make sure that rescue operations are carried out in a swift manner.
Is this an area where usually civilians are present or mostly security forces?
Well, there are also pilgrim security forces and also langar people who are present there. We don't know was there any person who was there, because towards that particular part, there are 2 ways of going to Amarnath Cave. One is through Pahalgam route, and another is through Sonmarg route. When we go from Sonmarg route, it just takes you 1 day to complete the yatra and go back. And then there is Pahalgam route, where 2 days are required, because it's a long stretch, around 32 kilometers of walking distance, and that's when people take turns. They sit at one place. There are camps and tents pitched at several locations to make sure that they get adequate rest, or if they want to stop and carry forward next day, that is also ensured by the administration. Then there are langars and food markets also placed in those localities to ensure that these incidents do not take place. If I am not wrong, some years back there was a similar kind of flash flood which occurred and cloudburst happened, and back then there were also like around 8 injuries which took place. And back then, luckily, I think most of them were alive and they had survived that particular cloudburst. But yes, this year the weather has been really different. It has been hot and humid, triggering flash floods, not also in Kargil, Ladakh, but also in and around this particular area. It's a mountainous area, ecologically very fragile, and this time around when the weather is really getting hotter, these kind of activities were anticipated by the administration. But yes, it is something where administration and also humans fail, and now one has to wait that what is the detail of the casualty or any injuries which have happened, because what we are seeing on the visuals, you can see the heavy flow of water is coming down, gushing down towards the tent area. It has been taken from a high altitude. We are told by CISF that their teams have also been deployed there to make sure that the rescue operation is carried out in a swift manner, and it is made sure that minimum loss of life or any injured who is there could be moved to the hospital. There are hospitals being made by tents, and doctors are available there 24/7. One has to see that what other details are there, because we are yet getting details what really transpired at that moment.